and gentlemen, this is number 5 and number 6. We're going to start with number 5. It says mapping. Ben and Kate are making a map of their neighborhood on a piece of graph paper. They decide to make one unit on the graph paper correspond to 100 yards. First, they will put their homes on the map as shown below. All right, so here we got Kate's house right here. Let's turn on our little handy dandy. So we got Kate's house and we got Ben's house, all right? It says, how many yards apart are Kate and Ben's homes? Well, again, we're going to use that crazy distance formula, right? It looks kind of scary. You guys know it looks scary, but it's actually not. All right, all we're using is the X values and the Y values, okay? So let's start with Ben's house. So let's write our formula down. It's D equals the square root of X sub 2 minus X sub 1 and all that squared plus Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 and all that squared. All right. And then we take the square root of everything that we put inside of that radical. Does that make sense so far? All right. So let's break this down. So again, we have the square root. All right. So what is the X? So what is our furthest away? I'm going to call that the furthest away X value right there. Well, what's the X value right in that? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right. So we're going to call it 6 minus. And then what is the X value right here? Well, it's -1, -2. Remember, we're going to the left of the origin, so it has to be negative. So it's -2. And what did y'all learn in my class in Algebra 1 when you see two negative signs together? What does that mean? Two negative signs means a plus. So we're literally going to make that a plus, right? See what I just did there? I just made those two negative signs into a plus. All right, so now let's go to our Y values. Well, what is our Y value right here where it's 1, 2 up? So that's 2 minus. And then what's our Y value right here? Well, it's -1, -2, -3, -4. Again, we have -4. Well, what do we do when we have two negative signs together? Those two negative signs become a great big plus, right? So we have D equals, and I'm getting a little sloppy. You guys will just have to forgive me. So what is 6 plus 2? Well, it's 8. And then 8 squared, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you guys know that that's 64. All I did is do this math right here in the parentheses first, and then I squared it. And then we're going to add that to this other math. Well, what is 2 plus... Oh, what was that Y value over there? It was -1, -2, -3. That's a 4. I can't even read my own writing, guys. You're used to that, though. 2 plus 4 is 6. Well, what is 6 squared? Because we have to square that. 6 squared is 36. All right, we with me so far? I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to make these videos short and sweet so you get it. So distance is 64 plus 36. Well, what's 64 plus 36? I do believe that equals 100. Am I right? Yeah. So we have the square root of 100. Well, I'll bet dollars to donuts that all of y'all know what the square root of 100 is. What's the square root of 100? So the distance between those 2 points is 10. But wait a minute. Didn't they tell us at the beginning of this question that each one unit corresponds to 100 yards? Do y'all see that? So we can't forget that. So if we have 10 units, we have to take that 10 and multiply it by 100 yards. Well, hopefully Sergio's watching. I know he knows what 100 yards is because he's one heck of a football player. So 100 yards times 10, right? What do we get? We get 1,000 yards. All right, so how many yards apart are Kate's and Ben's homes? Notice that it asks me how many yards. So it's 1,000 yards. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze.